like paragraph 21, and paragraph 21 talks about the same target industries as paragraph 22. But in paragraph 51, we were suddenly let down when you said only 500 industries are selected. The numbers don't gel, the numbers don't match. Anyway, you have a ELI. It's an interesting idea, but it does not inspire confidence. And let me go on record to say it does not inspire confidence that you will be able to place 290 lakh people under the ELI that you have described. It should not turn out to be another election jumla like your 2 crore jobs. Now look at the magnitude of the unemployment problem. Uttar Pradesh Police Department conducted an examination for 60,244 vacancies. 48 lakh persons applied and wrote that examination. It was cancelled a couple of days later. Air India wanted to fill 2,216 vacancies of handymen to do diverse jobs like repair and maintenance. 25,000 people thronged Mumbai airport for a walk-in interview, and the police had been called to restore law and order. A private company in Gujarat sought to fill 5 positions. 1,000 persons barged into that company. Madhya Pradesh advertised 15 low-skilled government jobs. 11,000 applications were received. Among them were postgraduates, engineers, MBAs, and I'm sad to say, even one of them who had just written an examination to be a judge in the Madhya Pradesh High Court. The best illustration is by the Staff Selection Commission. There are staff selection commissions at the center and the states. Uttar Pradesh conducted an examination for 7,500 posts. 24,74,030 people applied for those jobs. And yet, the RBI, about 2-3 weeks ago, said, there is no jobs crisis in India. Exact words, no jobs crisis in India. Why didn't anyone from the minister or any officer stand up and say, we reject this statement. RBI is supposed to be cautious, conservative, and neutral. But you're cautious, you're conservative, and you're not neutral at all.
Yes. Yes.
I suggest, sir, that unemployment be taken seriously, and we will wait for the outcome of your ELI scheme. It is an interesting scheme. At the moment, I'm not impressed, I'm not convinced. The outcome alone will judge whether your intentions are good, whether you really want to tackle unemployment. Sir, the second broad subject is inflation. The Honorable Finance Minister, in paragraph 3 of her speech, dismissed the subject in 10 words. And I'm not exaggerating. Please go through the speech. Exactly 10 words. Is inflation such a trivial subject? You can deal with it casually and dismiss it in 10 words? WPI inflation is 3.4%. CPI inflation is 5.1%. Food inflation is 9.4%.
Oh, shame.
This is data collected where you can collect data, mostly along towns and villages abutting the national highway, at best the state highway, at best the district highway. But go into the hinterland of India, go into the KBK districts of Odisha, go into the interiors of Dharmapuri or Ramanatapura. The inflation is much higher than your 3.4% or 5.1% or 9.4%. And the chief economic advisor, who may be cautious, conservative, he has a degree of autonomy which no other officer of the government of India has, he said in his economic survey, quote, India's inflation continues to be low, stable, and moving towards the 4% target. It's been moving for the last 4 years. When will it arrive at the 4% target? Is inflation low? Is it stable? No. Is it moving towards the 4% target? No. If it is moving towards the 4% target, why has the RBI not revised downward the bank rate fixed in June 2023?
Yes.
This is the 13th month of a 6.5% bank rate. Bank rate is a good measure of where inflation is moving. If inflation is moving towards the 4% target, 4% is, the target is actually 4 plus or minus 2. It's not 4%. Assuming that 4% is the target, why is the RBI keeping the bank rate at 6.5% for the last 13 months? Why is the MPC, the Monetary Policy Committee, not willing to revise it downwards? And I think what the Chief Economic Advisor said in his economic survey is injury, and the Honorable Finance Minister dismissing the subject in 10 words is adding insult to injury. Inflation is a humiliating situation because every family is hit by inflation. I warn this government, you are taking inflation not so seriously. The last set of by-elections punished you. You will not agree, but I think the last set of by-elections were out of 13 seats, 10 seats were won by the India bloc. These are punishment, a warning administered to you. And if you don't take inflation seriously, you will be punished more. If you want to suffer the punishment, you're welcome to suffer the punishment. And in this situation, you claim that the growth was last year 8.2%. And this year it will be 6.5% to 7%. I'm not going into the macroeconomic analysis. Some of my colleagues will do that. I ask you, how do you arrive at this growth rate? You take the nominal growth rate and apply a deflator and arrive at the GDP.